Biggest Stanley Cup hits in 2022 Stanley Cup. There is no doubt that hockey can be a rough sport, and while last year's Stanley Cup wasn't the most physical, it had its moments. Here is a compilation of some of the best hits. At number 1, we have a hit absorbed by Corey Perry of Tampa Bay in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup, a game in which it was tied at 1. One game with just over 13:30 of the third period who did something similar to what a basketball player would do. Shoot as he got fouled and resulted in an easy save. Unfortunately for him, it was not an and one. Unfortunately for Tampa Bay, the game did not turn out in their favor, and it ended up being the deciding game, giving the Avalanche the cup. At number 2, also in Game 6, Colorado's Josh Manson stick and Pat Bellamar's body collide, which surprisingly did not result in a penalty and caused Bellamar to face plant. This happened right after a Colorado goal by Brian McDonough, putting Colorado up by the score of 2, one with just under 6 minutes left in the second period. For number 3, we have an incident where Manson is included once again, and this time the Lightning's Eric Chernak gets pummeled into the ice and then ends up sliding into the boards, which resulted in yet another save and kept the score 2-1 Avalanche. While it prevented the goal, the play ended up in a minor penalty. Moving on to number 4, Tampa Bay's Brian McDonough started to show the Lightning's frustration by practically body-slamming Avalanche center Brian Helm into the boards. Unlike the other hits displayed in this video, McDonough's hit suffered a different fate, which was a 2-minute penalty for boarding. For number 6, we have McDonough once again, who delivers a hit on Zelensky, who amazingly manages to stay upright on his way up the ice after getting a shot on goal. The 7th hit was delivered by Tampa Bay's Corey Perry on another repeat offender, Colorado's Joseph Manson, in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup when he received a hit into the boards. For hit number 8, while we have a hit that may not be the most vicious hit, but is certainly consequential, as Gabriel Landeskog collides with Tampa Bay's Andrei Vasilevsky, then was able to poke it in, a play that ultimately resulted in a goal as the first goal of Game 3, a game which Tampa Bay ultimately won 6-2 after getting pummeled 7-0 the game before. Moving on to number 8, we have the Lightning's Anthony Cirelli inadvertently flipping the mask of the Colorado goalie and then flipping it into the net in the Game 3 contest where they were already winning 1-0. For number 9, we have Valeri Nichushkin deliver an incidental elbow to Tampa Bay's number 92 and sending him to the ground, which added some excitement to a Verilinski save in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup, one in which Colorado would ultimately win in overtime 3-2. For number 10, we have Avalanche defenseman Jack Johnson deliver a mid-level hit on an unsuspecting Tampa Bay player, which put him on his knees and dislodged the puck from him with 16:46 left in the first period of Game 5, a game they ultimately won, which kept them alive and cutting into the Avalanche series lead at 3-2.